Howdy, partner. Hey there. Today I'm gonna talk about a little bit of something I figured out on the internet. I gotta wipe this board for a little bit right now. Let me do that right now. First, I gotta drink some water. I'll talk a little bit about the system try to make you forget that God exists. You might be confused on how the system does that, but the most majority of the way of our living is based on that. They make our belief, they make us depend on some things that we don't need to depend on God. By giving you a lot of materials for you to survive, and you think that you won't need to depend on God. But at the end of the day, God is the way, God is the only way. Because of faith, we are here where we are right now. So let me write that down. Let me write. So right now I'm just explaining escaping the trap of the material slavery. But let me just write down the system to try. I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you really free? Huh? Are you really free? Because you have to live in a house, a phone that you depend on, of course, the dollar bill, medicine, even food. You depend on the grocery store. Look, comfort is not freedom, guys. You need to depend on the food. Some people depend on the fast food. Some people depend on the entertainment, on the phone. Some people depend on bills. Some people depend on the job title. Some people depend on cars. Some people depend on status. This gives us just enough to feel okay. So we stop looking for something greater. Well, there is something greater. There is something more valuable than all of these things, you know? And that's what they're stopping us, searching for God. God is what is more valuable than all of these things. God is inside. It's a whole complicated story. We can talk about it in another video, but that's what you need to be on and focus on and be making it important. That spiritual connection. The modern day of survival is a total dependence. You grow your own food. You don't need to depend on no materials. You live off of the land. And that's it. No materials. There's more. These are just the basics that we have to. But there's also more. It just mentions the grocery store, mall, whatever place, Walmart, Target. These are the things. In bigger countries, they are bigger. They are more affecting the people because there are more materials and more options. You know, always connected to the brain. It is our world. More, everything is money. I think money reigns. So they don't care what you're feeling, man. They don't care with the rules and when to do good through the rules. Like Jesus has said, you know, they don't care about none of that, man. Their store, their phone, and the money. That's the modern way of living. That's the way of we are living right now. Modern way of living, not the modern survival ways. They teach us to be dependent on the system, not to rely on our own spirit, our own creator, our own intellect, our own land. You think you are free, but without Wi-Fi or grocery store, some people would panic. Nature is what we need. We need diverse animals, diverse plants, diverse way of thinking, but positive. But nature is what we need. Nature is what heals us, and nature is what we connected to. So look, someone meditating in nature and someone standing in the middle of the street with his phone in his hand. Guys, look what we have gotten to become as human. We used to be beautiful beings that we sit in nature and we love nature, we communicate in nature, we try to do experiments with nature, do things with nature all the time, be around it. But then we start making roads and brick buildings, and now we are just a human standing in the street. You're in the street, man. You need to move out of the way, but you have a phone. But a phone is more important than your life. car can come by, run your asses down. But yeah, people is like that these days, man. They don't know that God is in earth, within earth, that nature can heal you. But you need to believe in nature for nature to heal you. It's a manifestation thing. You need to believe so in order to connect to you, for you to heal, to make you more powerful than ever. Earth is built to make you more powerful than ever. But you must be smart with it, people. You must be smart. You need to believe that the only thing that matters is our environment. What do you see when you come outside? Do you see nature or do you see buildings, trash? You need to be smart. Take on the action that needs to be good. Ask yourself, how many creatures are striving? Not only humans, but animals and plants too. We are all equal. We need to be together. Not only for these things, and we shall destroy because the nature can defend itself. God will always defend himself. That's why people like me show up and talk. We need to be taking care of ourselves and the balance that's within us. We have smart minds. We have smart minds so we can make money. We have smart minds so we can meditate. You need to put these two together and try to make this world a better place with them. Guys, remember who you are. Remember who you are, guys. Look at this. This is what we are. This is what we are built to be. Every animal has the same characteristics as Jesus Christ. I don't know if some people can understand it, but every animal has this characteristics. It's what is born to be. Jesus Christ was a human being. So that's a characteristic that a human should be. You cannot ignore it. What makes us that we cannot be exactly the same is our sinful living. How we were born in sin and we connected to the sin. We can also use different words. We are born to these customs and now we are connected to these custom things. It's about waking up, about choosing not to forget, learning about God, about his processes and how his actions work. Beyond all the materials and noise. Guys, I go everywhere and sometimes I go where humans have to wait. All of them, majority of them is on their phone. Nobody talks anymore. A doctor's appointment, insurance building that you need to go pay some in the insurance. When you go to an office, when you enter into a building and you need to wait, nobody is talking anymore. Everybody is this. And you need to disconnect from this and become this. You need to see this as what it gives you to benefit. This, it gives you entertainment. And that's it. I analyze my surroundings very well. There's these people take out their phones to ignore the surroundings, what they see, what God have made. I'm not sure why they do it, but I am sure that the system is trying to make you forget that God exists to tell you to depend on the phone. That's what I do know. I do know why the people does it by themselves. Especially the young generations. Look, I believe you need to know how to deal with these electronics. Not gonna lie. But you need to also know how to have great conversations, connections, memorial conversations, memorial moments. And these people are so many, and that is so little. And the sad thing is, humans need each other. But if we are little, it's hard for this person to find more connections. Yes, we have many connections because he's always on the phone, man. He's always materialistic, always on the era, fashion, style, on the new trend. That's what we keep become, man. People, don't forget, we are all connected. Trees, animal, humans. We are all connected at the same spirit. We are all connected to this I wanna be entertained like mentality. Like, nobody can sit and watch a video that teaches them something for a while anymore. They always want to be entertained. You can watch a video without scrolling. Anyways, guys, sounds like that was like the good Colosseum days, not gonna lie. You guys only want to be entertained, fat breath, and live your life. while God are choosing the ones that want to live His life. Guys, rise up. Strive for fitness. Love yourself. Good topic today. Escape the trap of the material slavery, and you will do it. I will do it. And let's do it. Believe in Jesus. And I'm out.